And we're live. Welcome to the Fresh&Fit podcast, guys. Actually speaking, we're going to cover today ChatGPT versus girls. Let's get into it.
Let's go!
Nobody cares, bro. Get out. Get out.
Go. Put your shoes on outside. You don't got to put them on in here.
I know the night is not as it would seem. I must believe in something, so I'll make myself believe it this time.
Let's try this again. Welcome everybody to Access Miami. Thank you so much for being on our show, Fresh. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Fresh and white.
Yeah, right. Fresh and white. Thank you, Chris, for producing our show today. Thank you, guys. Thank you, ladies, for coming all the way out here from Vegas to hang out with us.
So actually speaking, guys, the sub number was hit, 5K. I have to go to therapy. This is part of the process. So the idea is to bring on somebody on the show to give me life lessons about speech therapy. So it's going to be funny as hell. 5K subs. Probably Friday or next week as well. So it's pretty good. But Myron's actually in New York right now doing the Diddy case live as he goes to court. So go check it out on Myron Games X.
That is some crazy shit.
A lot of crazy shit, bro. Cassie and Diddy, that is messed up.
Yeah, I think he might be guilty.
FBI, open up! You think he might be guilty? Nah, he is. But
He
we're going
could be a homosexual. I'm not sure.
It's a possibility.
We're still up in the air.
I don't want to see evidence. But we're doing a subathon on Friday. Myron should be back in town by then. And, of course, vlogs as well coming on my channel. But, Chris, go ahead.
Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the girls. Shout out to you, Michael and Rollo. Well, Swallow Tomasi. Shout out to Bills and Mo. Swallow. Love you, Swallow. Yeah, guys. So recently, I had a good time with Fresh on his podcast the other day, Monday.
You had a good time in Chinatown, too.
Hey, listen.
Your fingers smell weird when I shook your hand earlier. What's going on there? It smelled like some mushu pork. What was going on?
Listen, I didn't wash my hands, okay? I had to get paid for it. So, anyways, not really though. But other than that, where can they find you? Huh? Let me go over the announcements right quick. Sheesh. Oh, my bad. Guys, 7K subs. I just talked to Fresh earlier, and I said, hey, you know what? Instead of going to the alcohol anonymous meeting, let's bring the meeting over here. So we may invite someone to come over here on air to actually try to get me to stop drinking alcohol. Will it happen? I don't know.
That'll be hilarious.
But she can try or he can try. But other than that, let's have a great show.
All right, and thank you for that, Chris. So we're going to do the intros and then hop into the topic. So we'll start with ladies. Welcome to the show. If you don't mind, give us your name, your age, what you do for a living, dating status, and if you want to, of course,
your body count.
Welcome back to the show. Name, age, what you do for a living.
Hi, I'm Brianna.
She belongs to the streets.
I didn't even tell you what I do.
Yeah, but everyone knows.
We kind of know.
Okay, I'm 21 and I do OnlyFans.
Where you from?
I'm from Boston, but I just moved to Miami.
What'd you say, Chris?
What? None.
Oh. And then what do you do for work? Full time? Only OnlyFans?
Only OnlyFans.
Trying to give her a way out.
But,
highest education level?
drop out.
So nothing?
Nothing.
Damn, it's terrible.
No high school diploma?
No.
No? All right. Well,
No.
Just OnlyFans.
OnlyFans has got you.
Ethnic background?
Does OnlyFans
University
have
of
a diploma?
OnlyFans,
By any chance?
What's your background?
Graduated from university.
Ethnic background?
I'm Brazilian and Portuguese.
Cool. Dating status?
Dating status, I'm single.
Birth control?
No.
Parents together?
No.
All right, thank you. And then last but not least,
Your body count.
My body count, if I'm being honest, I do not.
It's over 9,000!
You don't remember?
You're
You're 21 years old.
I hate when people ask me this question. What do you think? I go out, have sex, go home, and write this down in my diary?
No, but what we would think is like it would be an integer that's below 100, and so you might be able to remember
Double digits,
like you remember your
triple
phone number.
digits.
Like I just,
I barely remember my phone number. I have the worst memory ever. I can't lie.
do you smoke weed?
No.
Yep.
Makes it even worse. I'll give you an excuse. You're not out here.
So I don't have to know, but I'm just curious. In your mind, you can't think of a number. You're 21 years old.
Yeah.
Ballpark, round it off.
Like shit. I don't want to say a number and then I'm like totally off. Like I really don't know. I don't
Okay,
keep
let's
count.
talk about Boston only.
The IRS is not going to audit you.
What happened in Boston? What's the number in Boston?
The number in Boston? Maybe like 40.
In Boston? And then here? Damn. Oh, so you forgot how many. Okay, I got it. I understand. That's awesome.
Wait. So speaking of numbers, so recently some guy met you in Paris right after the club,
Oh,
right? Because we went out to the club, and then after you guys went home, apparently you guys went on a shopping spree. Some guy ran down and met you guys.
You see my new bracelet,
So
my new LV bracelet?
wait, tell me how much money did you spend on you guys?
All right, so a little backstory. The other night, I got out the club, went to Brickell City Center, and just started talking to guys on the street. And we asked which one's gonna spend money on us. So, the one out of the three said he'll, spend some money on us for a threesome.
And how old was he?
I don't know, maybe 22. He was
Whoa.
young, yeah, and it's usually the older guys, but no, he was young. He's from Arizona. He wasn't from here.
Okay.
So maybe that's why.
So what happened next?
So we stalled for 3 hours until the mall opened, and then we went to the mall, spent $1,000 each, so $2,000 in total for him. I'm wearing this LV bracelet he bought me, $400, and then he also gave us cash. We dropped him off at the hotel, and then I went home and slept.
Oh. After the threesome?
No.
Oh, okay, got it. Just check.
Wait, bait and switch? You just smashed her?
No, bro.
Hold on.
Nah,
Or do you not remember?
yeah, probably.
Nah, I would hope I remember that, but no.
No, she's not kissing and telling, bro.
Was he white?
He was, I don't know what he was. He was like light skinned.
He was like Brazilian, probably.
Okay.
No, he was
crypto
not
money.
Brazilian.
Probably.
Crypto money.
Makes sense. Okay. Welcome back to the show. What about you? Name, age, what you do for a living.
Hi, I'm Chelsea. Hey, everybody. I'm a senior merchandise planner for an online retailer. I am also a pole fitness instructor. I am also a firearms instructor. So shout out to Pew Pew Life. Ladies, don't be a victim. I'm 33 years old. My dating status is...
Stupid.
Well, hold on, damn. Sorry.
Doing that. Chris, come on, man.
Wrong button.
You got a sound for every comment.
Yeah, you pressed the wrong button,
Sorry,
Chris.
that was the wrong button.
You want me to repeat myself? I'm 33. Go ahead, press the button.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm 33. My dating status is I'm single, but I do have a crush on
Still?
somebody.
Still single?
I have a crush on somebody, though.
What's his name?
Does he shoot?
I'm scared. I don't want to get rejected.
I mean, it's too late, bro. He probably will reject you.
What's your favorite firearm?
Like my everyday carry
Yeah,
or my
yeah.
favorite firearm, all like
All of them, both of them. Yeah.
AR-15.
Like an AR-15? Yeah.
That's my favorite firearm.
Okay.
Altogether.
And
AR-15
She's
pistol.
she's not even white and angry or an incel or anything.
Pistol version. AR-15 pistol.
Yeah, AR-15 pistol. You're
Pistol,
talking about
yes.
the 9mm upper that they put on there with the.
The 5.56 upper.
Okay. A pistol. Oh, that's
Well,
right.
300,
There is.
300. I would say to be exact, 300 blackout AR-15 pistol.
Okay.
It's my favorite firearm
I
altogether.
mean, they took the stock off. Is that what you're talking about with the pistol?
No, you have the brace. You have the brace on.
Okay.
You can't have the stock unless you SBR it.
Okay. Nice. And then what do you carry it with you?
My everyday carry is I personally like PSA Dagger. It's kind of like basically the Glock 19 clone, but cheaper to me. So you can always modify the trigger. I modified my trigger, so that's my everyday carry. It holds 15 rounds
Shows
plus
her
one.
stuff.
Wait.
Okay.
I'm a
That's all I'm
firearms
asking.
instructor. Certified, NRA certified.
Wait. So, Michael.
That shit fits in your purse.
So a black,
I
a
still
black
carry.
middle-aged woman with a Glock. Fuck that shit, bro. Yeah, no one ain't your ass. No one. Hey, nigga, why you home out late?
I'm certified by NRA. I'm not emotional.
Okay. What about parents together still or no?
No, but my mother remarried and she's been with my stepfather for over 25 years.
Wow. Okay. Birth control
No,
and body count.
I don't want to say.
That's a lot.
Okay. Ballpark figure. More than 50. Less than 50.
Less than 50.
Okay.
See,
49.
you look judgy, and then now look at her. Look how you make her feel.
Remember.
Like you say, less than 50. Do you know how that makes Fresh feel when you say things like
Yeah,
that?
it's terrible.
Can
That
I
hurts his
change my
feelings.
answer?
Yeah, I should know. Wait, what? Come on, man. You're funny, bro. Thank you. What about you?
My name's Monique. I work in management, and I'm doing my master's in psychology part-time as well.
Cool.
Which part of psychology?
Just general psychology.
Okay. Have you studied any evolutionary psychology?
I'm doing history of psychology right now.
It's really interesting because I meet a lot of people who are getting their bachelor's and masters, and they don't go over. It's like 2 paragraphs on Evo Psych, and it's probably the most important part of psychology.
Wow.
And they just don't discuss it.
It's hard to find a university that has a department.
Yeah, there's only like 4 major universities that have departments in evolutionary psychology, and all psychology is in evolutionary psychology. Anyway.
Also, how old are you?
I'm 34.
Yo, she
You
was
look
like,
great,
"Age,
girl."
I don't want to answer it.
You look great.
I'm middle-aged.
What's your background?
I'm Colombian ethnicity, but I grew up in Massachusetts, and then I lived in North Carolina for several years, lived in Atlanta for 4 years, and moved here 2 years ago.
Atlanta? Oh, she like black niggas, bro.
Yeah, she
I
like
already
niggas,
know.
bro.
She like niggas. you have to answer that. Okay, so still starting. Highest education level? You said, are you doing
I'm doing my master's.
masters? Okay, cool. And then dating status?
Single.
Damn, 34.
Yeah,
It's tough.
it is.
Parents together or no?
Yeah.
And then of course birth control.
No.
No. And last but not least,
Body count.
Oh no, I don't.
you don't know.
I don't know.
She doesn't have sex.
Skip. Ask me another question.
All right.
Okay, approximately 50 or above.
And below.
Below 49.
No, below.
30. Below.
Below.
Okay.
You know what? Blowjobs. How many blowjobs you had?
You know, the CDC actually counts that as having
my
sex.
God.
Oh,
yes, absolutely.
No
way.
Yes,
Yeah,
it does.
counts as a sexual partner.
CDC counts as a body. Yeah,
So,
blowjob counts as a body.
it's so funny. There's this one study I saw it one time. They asked men if getting a blowjob from a woman is cheating, and like something like 68% of men said no, it wasn't cheating. And if your girlfriend gives a blowjob, is that cheating? It was like 97%. Of course, yes, it is cheating.
Of course. Okay.
Chelsea. Sorry. What's your background again?
My background, sac passe, May 18. Shout out to the Haitians.
Shout out to you.
And highest education, Chelsea.
Bachelor's degree.
There you go.
From where?
Florida International University.
FIU.
FIU.
What are they? The what? I forgot the Bulls. The Knights.
Panthers.
The Panthers. That's what it is. Okay.
All right, she's certified. What about you?
What was the first question?
Name?
My name is Dre Delavine.
She belongs to the streets.
Yes,
Welcome
I
back.
do.
How old are you?
I'm 26 years old.
What do you do for work?
I'm a porn star.
See, I told you.
Commercial or OnlyFans?
I do porn. I do commercial. I'm on Pornhub, obviously, and then I do OnlyFans as well.
Oh, she fucked. I'm 22.
I did. My first threesome.
Threesome with
First threesome ever?
Yeah, my
Oh
first.
my
I like to
God.
document my sexual journey, so it's all one.
Well, first documented threesome.
No, it was my first. I like it all. I like when someone asks who's your first threesome. I could be like, let me just pull it up. Yeah.
Okay.
So you pull up. You know, never mind. I don't want to know.
It's on my Twitter.
2 guys or 2 girls?
It was me, Adam, 22, and Lena.
Adam, 22.
So
You can't escape for this motherfucker.
when you're I'm guessing you're on Plug Talk, right?
Of course, I was on Plug
So,
Talk.
so you're doing Plug Talk. Are you nervous at any point? Because like, there's no transition. Like for anybody who hasn't seen it, like just imagine the guy and a girl. You can see the full episodes on Twitter, and they're having a conversation, Lena and Adam, and then they just fuck the guests. Like they don't like. There's no transition. They
Wait,
just
what?
get up. They just stand up and then they just fuck the guests.
Really,
Lena
nigga?
and Adam, yeah, that's what she's talking about.
Wait, so they do a podcast talking.
So just you and I are doing a podcast. Yeah, you
Well,
like
not
not
me.
you and I.
And then we start fucking.
Yeah, and it's just like, let's say me and my girlfriend were doing a podcast
Yeah.
and we're interviewing a girl,
Yeah.
and then like there's no like, all right, let's take off her. They just get up and just start fucking her right there on the couch.
Oh, yeah.
I have a question. Is there STD paperwork
it's on
that's
my-
exchanged
Really,
on
nigga?
beforehand, or like y'all use condoms?
Everything I do is very
Okay.
consensual and safe. I'm very tested, and I love sex, so I practice safe sex.
Again, I would argue girls in that industry are more tested than girls not in the industry.
You wouldn't argue that's the truth.
100%.
Yeah,
100% it's true.
Has to
Yeah,
be, yeah.
definitely.
So it's a lot safer, so
Yeah,
to
of
speak.
course.
All right.
That's why.
There's your clip.
There you go.
It's safer to fuck the porn stars.
Oh, and it's a better time too.
Okay.
Okay, that was supposed to be funny.
Yeah,
Never
yeah.
mind.
Okay. Dating status.
Single,
Okay. Education level, highest one,
high school.
and then of course, birth control,
No, I do
Dang.
pull and pray.
Oh, my Lord.
and then body count.
Well, last week I said it was 400 probably for fucking around there, and then blowjobs around 550. I'd say it has increased by sex, 5 bodies, and then 7 blowjobs. I can't do math, but hopefully
I'm
you
just
guys
so
can.
confused because here's
No, 5 bodies since I was on here last time.
okay. So
A week ago.
I was like, yeah, but
hold on,
No, that was like a week ago.
This is why I'm a little confused. In that industry, there's more women than men, right? So, like, is it possible you had sex with the same guy in the industry more than once?
Oh, it's usually like that, honestly, especially for.
That's why I'm saying 550. Like, you don't. You're like, if there's that many dudes you would work with.
I love sex, so I also do it in my personal life
we
too.
We all believe that you love sex. I absolutely believe that. But my point is, so it's your personal life as well.
Yeah.
Because I know, because the thing, I live in Vegas and I know a lot of girls, and they started in studio porn, and they would only work with 4 guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole time. So like, even though they were doing porn, their body count would not be 400, and that's why I was asking. I just thought it was interesting.
No, I definitely like to work hard, play hard.
Okay.
Wait,
interesting.
You said it increased from the last podcast we did.
A week ago.
5. She increased by 5.
Wait, was it somebody I know?
I plead the 5th. Yes. I don't kiss. I'm a good girl. I don't kiss and tell.
She's coming up like the stock market after the truce on the trade deal.
I got to ask this question because we asked this on the Girls on the Show.
Yeah.
Is do you make a distinction between the people you work with and the people you just have sex because you want to have sex with them? Like, you enjoy
Of course,
them?
of course. I definitely am very like. Honestly, actually, I love them all. Like, it's
But do you like for your body count? Do you like try to? Because some of the girls will like say, well, I work in the industry, so there's 400 people that I've had sex with, but like I've only really been with like 3 guys outside of the industry.
I've probably been in the industry only like about 25 guys.
25 official body. And then
I think this industry found her. I don't think it's the other way around.
And then if you do lesbian sex, that subtracts a body.
Oh, I didn't count girls. I didn't count girls there.
Yeah,
you lose a body. Whatever.
Yeah, every time you hook up with a girl, you lose a body.
I joined the industry because I love sex. So if you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life.
I believe everything she's saying.
Yeah, that's amazing. Props to you.
Okay, sorry.
I can't do it. What about you? Welcome back.
Oh. Hey y'all, I'm Fab. I go by Fab. I'm a tattoo artist and a body piercer. I'm currently working on my bachelor's in nursing.
How old are you?
I'm 32.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, right.
Dating status?
I'm single.
Okay. Highest education level? We said you're working on your bachelor's?
Yeah.
And then, of course,
This is the funniest sound. The smoke alarm is killing me, bro. The alarm is the funniest sound.
Are your parents together or no?
Yeah, my parents are still together.
Awesome. And then birth control?
Yes.
And then, of course, body count.
Yeah. Can I just say 3? I mean,
I believe her.
Thank
Chris,
you.
how dare you, bro?
I believe her. What are you talking about?
A girl has a 3 body count, and now we're insulting her.
That's so judgy. That's so judgy.
Huh?
You believe her?
Maybe I don't have any reason to not believe her, but except
Michael.
for being female. But like that kind of for the most part. But even if it's not 3, if it's 6 or 9, it's still
Still lower than most.
Yeah,
I definitely believe her. Yeah.
Props to you. Welcome back. What about you?
My name's Fiji.
Welcome back.
Like water.
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
What do you do for work?
Alternative healer and an artist.
Wait, what does that mean?
Herbal products and
Or like
therapy. Not weed. I don't sell weed.
Do you smoke weed? I'm a healer, gosh.
No.
This shit's some good stuff, man. No more anxiety.
Like tea?
That gives me anxiety sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
Like tea, essential oils.
I'm working on making the oils, but I started with the teas.
Okay. Dating status?
Single.
Highest education level?
Some high school.
All right. Parents together or no?
No.
What kind of art do you do?
Music.
Music. Okay.
And like beats sometimes.
You make beats?
What do you use to make beats?
Remix Live. It's like already the instruments have a rhythm, but you put them together and you work with it. It's not FL Studio, but it's something.
It's okay, but I'm sure Bill's and Mo's are way better.
No, sorry, that's
What is it, Mo? No? It's not good.
It's something.
It's like entry level, beginner, elementary.
Yeah.
At least she's
I
doing
don't
something.
know much, though.
Do something.
Yeah, that's right.
Birth control?
She trying.
No.
And then body count?
I don't remember.
Ethnic background?
Dominican. Or ethnic? What's the ethnic?
No, you're right. You got it.
Okay.
You're right.
Okay, last but not least, guest of honor, Rollo and Sartine. I know who you are. They may not. Do your intros.
Let me see.
Highest
here.
level of education.
I have ASBC course from Air War College in Montgomery, Alabama, as a second lieutenant. It's probably my highest education. And then I'm a Longhorn, hook 'em horns. My body count is very low. Obviously, man of God, just like Fresh here.
Thank you, sir.
The reason why I'm trying to get in shape. I hurt my back from respecting all these women, so it's like I have to stretch every day and
Bending over backwards.
try to, you know what I'm saying? You understand Fresh. I don't have to tell you. Just waiting, counting down the days for GTA 6. I think that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Now I'm a performance coach for Men of Action mentoring, and I do a show with Rollo.
And what are we doing on Saturday?
On Saturday, we're doing Babes in Toyland charity.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So all the proceeds go to Hounds and Heroes. For those of you who are disabled veterans or have a family member who's a disabled veteran, they actually train service dogs for disabled veterans. We're raising money for them. Yeah. We have about 400 girls flying in from all over the country. It's a white party. Everybody has to dress all white.
White party?
White party.
Yeah.
Sorry, Fresh, you wanna
I am there.
I'm going to that.
I am there.
Fresh, it's a white party, not a black party.
Bro, dude, I could wear white, bro.
So it's called Big,
wearing white.
It's a big booty white party. So Fresh is going to be
Come
there.
with me, I'll get you in.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
So if you guys want to buy tickets, they still have tickets on sale. It's babesintoylandcharity.com. You guys can find it, and I promise you, it's going to be like the most attractive women I've seen anywhere.
I've went for the past 2 years with Rollo and Sartain. It was amazing.
Yeah.
People are classy, elegant. Girls were
red carpet.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Of course, there were white girls there too.
For Babes in Toyland, it's probably that and the one that we do in Vegas on Swim Week, which is in August. Those are like the two biggest ones
Yeah.
that they do.
So when we're here, we fly in the white women with blonde hair
Yes.
in Miami. And when we go to Vegas,
Direct.
we have to fly in the Hispanic women from Miami to our
You know
Vegas.
what's funny? I'm going towards like brunette now. Instead of blonde. Yeah.
Okay.
Too much trouble, bro.
Brunette?
Yeah.
Like the one next to you?
What?
Hi.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Fresh.
You're
Hi,
all
Fresh.
welcome.
She can't help me, bro. Come on, man.
He doesn't see me.
Okay. Sartain,
I'm
dating status.
invisible.
Dating status. I am.
No, you're not.
What?
You're not visible. I see you.
Oh, you did? Okay. I mean, I did say I had a crush on somebody.
Wait.
Shit, I'm blocking right now.
They never let us sit next to each other because, I guess it's too much black. They never let us sit next to each other.
Say something else. I thought you were going to say
We're in
something.
Oreo right
Oh
now.
my
then.
God.
Listen. I respect my black queens. You
Yeah.
know?
That's not what I heard.
Hey, yo, Fresh.
What you hear?
Oh, hey, yo, Fresh. I forgot to say, yo, thanks again for letting me borrow the Lambo the other day. Man.
Anytime, brother. Anytime.
I really appreciate it.
Okay, and then dating status.
Dating status. I learned my lesson. I'm keeping that private this time. I'm keeping that private this time. But to all my exes, you're all wonderful people, and you're going to do whatever you put your mind to, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Good
That's all
stuff.
I'll say.
Rollo, what about you, bro?
I am Rollo Tomasi. I'm the author of the Rational Male series of books, all 5. I'm working on a 6th one right now, so we're getting that. I am the co-host with this guy on Access Vegas in Las Vegas. I am now a permanent Las Vegas resident. I've been there for about a year
Let's
now.
go!
So I'm there. Let's see. What was the question? Oh, age? 57. I just turned 57.
You look
Thank you.
bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, for a white person, I'm sorry. I don't even know what to say.
So I bring him, give it to me.
You look great.
Okay. So his new name is Swallow Tomasi.
Yeah, that's what I keep saying.
Yeah.
So I just had a birthday on April 2nd. So
Yeah,
thank you
so
much.
his N of our count is higher than mine,
Yes.
so that's why his arms are so big. I'm just kidding, partially.
Yes. Yeah, this is the guy that got me on TRT. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
So, anyways, let's see what else.
body count.
Education. I went to UNR Wolfpack. Thank you very much. And I have a degree in behavioral psychology, and I have a bachelor's of fine arts. That's why I asked you about your art.
Yep.
And then body count is public knowledge. I'm at 41. I know my number.
That's amazing, bro.
Michael,
else?
yours?
Oh, and marital status. I've been married for 29 years. Almost. Well, it'll be 29 in July.
Hey, 29.
That's beautiful, man.
He winning.
I am not on birth control.
I am not on birth control. Either.
Yeah.
And I have not had a vasectomy. Thank you very much, chat.
I was thinking about it.
Yes. Yeah.
I was thinking about it.
I know. It's not so funny now, is it?
I see that.
People gave me so much shit for that. I'm like, go talk to Fresh now.
Nah. It's a good suggestion.
Yeah.
But today we're gonna cover ChatGPT versus the ladies. So there's a new meta basically for women where they say instead of asking a man for help, ask ChatGPT for anything. You guys know what that is?
But first, we have chats first. If we
I know. Anyone know, raise your hand if you know what it is. You.
AI.
Yeah.
Cool. So we want to ask today, ladies, if you guys know what it is, are you using it right now, and how you use it in your daily life as you move forward? Do you use it at all?
I actually just found about it when I moved here like 3 months ago.
How did you find it? Did someone tell you, or you saw it on TikTok?
My
There you go.
like that.
Perfect. Yeah, it's better.
Yeah, when I moved here, my neighbor, I needed help on like stuff online, and he told me to use ChatGPT.
Oh, he told you to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
I used it recently to update my resume, and it was great.
Okay.
So great
Who told you
tool.
about it?
I always heard about it. Honestly, I can't remember. I just always heard it passing in the wind, and I think I had a girlfriend tell me, like how to pass job interviews. Just use ChatGPT. Just tell them what job you're interviewing for, and they will literally interview you like you're doing a job interview. So I decided to use it in my career life.
Okay. What about you?
Yeah, I use it all the time. Typically, like with emails or something, I'll just put in what I want to say. Sometimes I ask it how it's doing, like personal questions.
Really?
Yeah.
So you talk to it like crazy?
Yeah, sometimes.
Are you that lonely?
Yeah.
Stuff out there for you. How'd you find it?
I mean, I guess when it just became like ChatGPT and everyone was using it. I don't remember how long ago that was.
Okay.
But.
What about you?
I use it all the time.
For what?
Stuff that I would ask parents if my parents answered the phone.
Wow, that's kind of sad, man.
That was supposed to be funny.
How'd you find it?
I've used it for like a while now. It's been around for like 2-3 years at least, right?
Yeah. What about you?
I'm getting into using it more. I really don't use it as much as I guess I could.
Mm-hmm. So let's say you had a question about maybe changing a tire or something like that. Who do you ask? Google?
A little bit of Google or whoever I think can help me in my phone, honestly.
Okay. Would you ask your man or no?
I had to have one first. Like,
Okay.
I'd ask my man. I'd love to.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then what about you?
I've used it for descriptions, like if I wanted a detailed description towards like my therapy business. Let's say, I've asked like how to describe it better because I don't know how to type all that. Like that's a lot of description.
Got it. And then how'd you find it?
I don't remember. I believe some girl referred it to me.
Okay, so funny story, right? A couple of days ago, I was with a friend and, well, a girl, and she asked ChatGPT if I was a good candidate for a husband. Now, funny enough, it told her in verbatim, he's a very nice guy, but based off my calculations of online rhetoric, he's not someone that's going to commit.
Yeah, don't trust that.
And I was like, yo,
You what?
this is crazy because that is correct. But what's more scary is that it's becoming the new meta for girls to ask questions instead of men. So instead of asking men, they'll ask ChatGPT.
Yeah, for sure.
About
Yeah.
us.
And then the other part is, so I had a girl last night do the same thing, but she asked my astrological sign and whatever, and then just wrote all these things. And now I'm not going to say whether it was right or not. It wasn't, but for the date, I was like, oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
That you figured that out using ChatGPT.
amazing.
It's pretty incredible. Most people don't realize how much you could use it for. They have no idea. And I'm a Perplexity guy more than ChatGPT, but I mean it's absolutely incredible. And then all of you who guys, when you do Google searches, you guys notice the first thing that comes up is Gemini.
Yes.
Gemini will do so now Google is essentially an AI prompt. ChatGPT is number 1, Gemini is number 2, Perplexity is number 3, and I believe Grok is number 4, and it's catching up pretty fast.
It's gonna kill Google too.
Yeah.
Absolutely kill Google.
Bro, use it at all or not?
As a search, I tend we use it for different things. When we do Perplexity, we use it to pick up research and stats and stuff like that for the shows. If I need something very specific for the book or something like that, then I'll rely on Perplexity. He kind of got me into Perplexity.
Yeah.
I have been using mostly AI for like graphics and for artistic kind of things. So like for thumbnails and things like that. So I've been using primarily Midjourney, and then I've been using a couple of other applications. I think one of them is called Kala or something like that for animations now. So I'm really into the more hyper realistic stuff. Like I could actually take your face and like you could be shaking hands with the Pope or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
no,
I mean,
we seen
What's
it
that?
on
What's that
our
called?
chat
Glint?
as well.
Glint. What's the name of that app? There's one. So a friend of mine, he has this picture of him with 2 girls, and then he shows it to me, and then the girls just start making out with each other and making out with him, and it looks completely real.
Yeah.
And it's just some app. What is it? It starts with a G. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah.
And then there's Midjourney. There's
Midjourney
these
is mostly static images.
Yeah.
So you take the static images from Midjourney and then you can animate them in another AI program.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So we'll do chats first, Chris, and then get back to the topic at hand. That was the first one? Colonels, this is for the blue hair hat wearing degenerate. Please don't inhale too much air from the girl to your left. If you, the grammar's kind of better. She's definitely patient zero. What a waste of life. She's the issue with society. You want to respond to him?
Left of you.
He's saying that you're a hair hat.
Okay. What
Degenerate.
about it? Go ahead and get me another color, I guess, if you don't like the blue. But I think all the shade was directed to her. But
Yeah.
either way, I think they have a crush on you. Yeah.
That's kind of a... Okay.
I
it's
love
my
Yeah,
girls.
calling her patient zero.
It's like when
whack.
you're in elementary school and the boys like are mean when they like you.
Yeah.
You know, they never grow up. I have a
You
crush
can
on you
use,
too,
you can
chat.
use AI to edit your chat so that they're in English.
Yeah. I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
All right, we got here. Quick Slap says,
There
all
it
right,
is.
Fresh, since you're the booty inspector, what the fuck? Rate each ass. P.S. W. Chris having a threesome with Brianna in Paris. What? Chris, you did what? You what?
Oh snap! One of them.
I mean, they came to my house after the club.
Dude,
that
they
was
are
it.
making
All right, so
up shit now.
I need your help here, bro.
Making up shit.
We got some options here, brother.
Okay.
Which girl has the most ass? Top right, top left. What the fuck is the bottom?
Yeah, what is the bottom right?
That's on the poll.
No, that's the plush toy. That's Sonic. That's Sonic.
So Sonic seems to have
This
the
is a
most-
horrible picture.
Wait, is that you? The top left?
That is me with the black pants. But I'm telling you that they edited the photo. I do not look like that right now.
there. It's edited.
Okay.
AI,
Well,
man.
I think she won. Just keeping it real.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
I ain't paying the Louis
Oh, that
Vuitton
was
bracelet.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even
Okay.
pay original.
Do you like it?
Just hide it.
Me?
I was gonna go with that one.
Do you?
Can we just move on?
Fresh, you like to answer the question, Fresh.
I'm a man of God, man. Come on, chill.
Hey, yo, Fresh, yo, thanks again for the time when you was donating to the church.
Bro, anytime you want, brother. I got you. What's the next one? Your boy Lem. Fresh and fit, guys. You fucking retarded shadow last nigga. Fuck you, bro. To this day, you still a spirit looking for a body to possess. Dark spirit I named you. Thank you, bro.
Under the bed, dark.
Don't worry, bro. I'll do therapy for you guys on the actual show. I embrace my desire to feel the rhythm, to feel connected. Enough to step outside and weep like a widow, to feel inspired, to fathom the power, to witness the beauty, to bathe in the fountain, to swing on the spiral, to swing G on the spiral of our divinity and still be a human.
Oh, that
Bro, what
was
is this,
deep.
bro?
A poem. He wanted to express himself. Let the man express himself.
Perplexity. Write me a poem about existential crises.
Okay. Fresh updates. Oh, nah, bro. Nah, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, that's me.
That is not.
Nah.
You want to respond to that or no?
That's cool. I ain't got nothing to say.
Okay. That's kind of mean, man. Anyhow, Rollo, sorry, take it away. First question for ladies.
Ladies, I just some demographic questions. I'm curious. This is one that always kind of catches people off guard. So what we're going to do is just ask some questions, and we're going to use ChatGPT's voice mode. Have you guys used that before? Have you guys ever used the voice mode? You have a conversation with it? You never tried this before?
I tried talking to it, but to tell it only like what to type, but it didn't work for me.
It
So
didn't?
I didn't have like a conversation.
Okay, cool. So we'll try. We'll just do this here real quick. And so my first question to you guys is, what do you think the average number of sexual partners a man has in the United States? What do you think? How many?
69.
69. What do you think?
Very good.
Like 19, 29.
19 to 29.
I say 10.
10.
40?
40. What do you think?
7.
7. What do you think?
At once?
At once. Yes. That's
At once?
All together.
Like 5?
What's the average number of sexual partners a man has in the United States? I don't know if we have a signal to. Here we go. Keep going.
The average number of sexual partners for a man in the United States is typically reported to be around 6 to 7 over a lifetime, according to various surveys. Of course, this number can vary depending on the study and the population surveyed.
What if they're an OnlyFans model in Miami?
For OnlyFans models or people in similar industries, the average number of sexual partners can be significantly higher, but it really varies a lot from person to person. There isn't a specific average for that group, especially since lifestyle, personal choices, and professional boundaries can vary widely.
Average number of sexual partners. Well, actually, let's ask them. For a woman, what do you think it is? Average number of sexual partners for a woman.
We'll start here.
By the way, hold on. For those of you who have the high number, are you surprised by 6 to 7?
For guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little.
Are you surprised by 6 to 7?
Yeah.
Why are you surprised?
I thought it'd be higher, honestly.
Anybody else? Yeah, that number 6 to 7 seems. You guys actually got
Well,
the right
she
number.
called it correct.
Yeah.
Actually.
Why do you think that is?
Well,
Why do you think your perception is that it's so much higher than it actually is?
well, clearly I'm talking to the wrong dudes, but
Okay.
the
Or the right dudes, depending.
But can I chime in?
Yeah.
I would say a lot of guys lie about their body counts, honestly. So that's a lot
But
of
they're
guys.
not gonna. They're generally gonna lie up.
Yeah, exactly. So to us, they're gonna lie up to
Right.
us, and they're saying 20 to 30 or
They
whatever.
said 7, 6 or 7.
But
is
if
the
on
average.
average, so I would understand why women would be surprised that it's actually so low because so many men
I see what
lie.
you're saying.
Yes, I want to chime in why I think it's surprising that
Yeah.
on average, well, I know the truth. I know a lot of men don't got it like that. But if you would ask me maybe a couple years ago, most men all lie about their body count. They're going to tell you 20, 30, 40, 50. So I understand that you could be a little surprised that it's actually much lower than what the men are saying.
How many guys tell you their body count though?
I had men tell me, but I just assume they're all lying anyway. Like they ask me for what's yours? I'm like, well, what's yours? They're like, 40, 50. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Makes sense.
Have you ever asked a guy what his body count is?
I have several times.
Yeah. What prompted you to do that?
Just random conversation, miscellaneous talk. Nothing like I'm not judging you, whatever.
It
We're
wasn't
just
like a list of things you have to cover before.
no, just miscellaneous talk, like men, women perspective talks, and we'll say, what's your body count? Your body count doesn't matter. Da 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 da.
I think it's cringe, man. No one's gonna tell you that's what.
Yeah.
But that's why I say no one really tells you the truth. Men always lie up.
I did.
So
I don't remember.
but the answer, I mean, there's still a big difference between like 69 and 7, right? Even if we're lying, it's a pretty big difference, right?
Yeah.
So why do you think your number was so high? Why do you think you guesstimated that men had so many sexual partners?
I guess I had more faith in men.
You had more faith in men.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna propose a different scenario. Okay, so there's actually some studies, if you guys want to look these up. It's gender stereotypes and dehumanization. So what happens is human beings throughout history, when we saw people that we found to be very unattractive, humans dehumanize them. Women actually dehumanize them more, and the reason why. A lot of women, so basically when a man sees an unattractive woman, he feels annoyance in general. I'm generalizing a lot.
Yeah.
When women see unattractive men, they see invisibility. They don't see them at all. They totally dehumanize them. And the reason why you thought that number was so high is because you're only counting men you've had sex with or men you find attractive, and you probably don't think about the guy who handed you the Chick-fil-A. You don't think about the guy who, your cashier at Walmart, how many sexual partners. How can the guy who's the assistant manager at Walmart have 69 sexual partners? Like where could he fit that in?
That's really true.
That's
really true.
On his Walmart salary.
on his Walmart salary.
But that's the point I'm trying to make is like a lot of times one of the things is women do not. It's not that you guys think they're ugly. You don't fucking see them.
Yeah.
They are totally invisible to you, and the data backs it up. And men, we do something similar, but it's not to the same extent that women do. And so because of that, that's why generally when we ask women, their numbers are higher because you only see Steve the male stripper, Victor the VIP host, and Brock the bartender. Those are the only guys you see because they're attractive to you for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And if we only counted those guys, we probably are going to see a higher body count. But if we count all guys, because that's the thing, like when we have these discussions, women are like, men cheat all the time. Like, no. These top 20% of men cheat more than the rest, but there's a good 80% of men who couldn't cheat if their life depended on it. And you guys forget that often because, again, you don't see them. Like they don't even, again, I ask, if I ask a girl, it's like, hey, what do you think about dating that mailman over there? And I was like, who are you talking about? The mailman. It's like, well, you mean the guy behind the mailman? No, the mailman. Like they don't consider the mailman having a penis.
It's furniture.
Like he's just furniture. He's an inanimate object.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing that happens, and it's just a function of psychology.
Very good point.
So I'm gonna go to Walmart then.
Change his life.
All right, the average number of sexual partners a woman would have.
A woman? 40.
40. There we go. That's about right. Yeah. 40.
I think demographics matter too, because maybe the average woman in South Florida is going to be different than the average woman in Iowa.
For sure.
So,
Just give us your opinion.
my opinion, to meet in the middle somewhere, maybe 5.
5. What do you think?
Somewhere like 10 to 20.
Okay, 10 to 20. We think
9.
9.
Yeah, like 12 to 20.
12 to 20.
It's a big gap.
69.
Okay. For you?
Like, You're talking about having sexual partners at once, like
no,
not once at the same time.
In a lifetime.
Oh, in a lifetime? It could range from like 20 to like the rest of the numbers.
What's the average number of sexual partners a woman has in the United States?
She's funny.
On average, women in the United States report having around 4 to 5 sexual partners over their lifetime, according to various surveys. Just like with...
Sorry.
Keep going. ChatGPT, keep going.
He tuned out.
Of course, it's important to note that these averages are just that, averages. Individual experiences can differ greatly based on personal choices, cultural influences, and lifestyle factors. Also, self-reported data can sometimes be influenced by social expectations or personal biases.
Also, we got blowjobs.
What if they are a woman who lives in South Florida, specifically Brickell, or they live in South Beach? What would their average sexual partners be? Would it be higher or lower?
Living in areas like Brickell or South Beach, which have vibrant nightlife and a more cosmopolitan lifestyle, might correlate with having more sexual partners on average. However, it's still very individual and depends on personal choices and lifestyle. There's no specific data that quantifies this difference, but it's reasonable to assume the average could be higher in such social and dynamic environments.
I love how they're like trying to like throw caveats.
Yeah,
Like,
so
well, we shouldn't judge. So let's just like there are more bitches and hoes in Prickle. Yes,
So
there are.
This is a great point for those of you who are watching and you want to use AI. Right now, there's a sprinkle of wokeness in all 4 of those platforms. We'll talk about DeepSeek too. That we'll put them in there.
Yeah.
The most woke is Gemini. Gemini won't even approach some questions that you ask that are political. The least woke is Grok. It's owned by Elon Musk, is what you would expect. So if you guys are doing that, so often when we have it right, so I use it for copywriting, I'll have it and it will say stuff that is extremely woke, progressive, extremely like men need to go to therapy and consent, deal with everyone's consent, all this shit, and make sure you consider everyone's feelings, things that I would never say in an email. It will put that into the email almost to cover its own ass. So you guys have to understand that you're not going to have it just write an email for you, write copy, or do anything. You need, a lot of times you're going to have to subtract the end part where it sort of bloviates and it splits the middle.
I'll tell you something really interesting, because I do all of the thumbnails for Access Vegas and for my own stuff, right? And when we're doing the Access Vegas thumbnails, we usually feature the girls on you know, like 4, 5, 10 girls, whatever we have. So I have to go onto their Instagrams and I pull whatever shot that looks good that I thought would work for the thumbnail. If I'm working in Adobe Photoshop right now, there is an AI element that will do auto generation. So if you want to like generate a background or if you want to put something else in there, it will auto generate through, you know, AI, you know, imagining it, right?
Yeah.
If it detects that the chick is in a bikini or if she's in like lingerie or something like that, and I'm just trying to add background. I'm not even trying to mess with the photo itself. I'm just trying to add a little bit of extra background so it fits in the frame, right? It won't do it. It will say, you know, this violates the you know, the usage of this particular filter or whatever it is, and so you have to really kind of nudge it over so it's like right on the edge of where you want to like auto generate a little bit more space in the thing. But it will literally censor what you're doing. It won't if you're trying to do something it thinks is pornographic, it won't do it.
Yeah, if you go on Grok right now and you say create an image of me with a bunch of hot chicks, it'll actually go down to where it gets about their boobs and it'll stop the image. It'll censor itself.
So my concern with ChatGPT and all these AI apps is that it's becoming the new like person to talk to.
Yes.
No longer is it like, okay, I'm going to see my friend, I'm just going to say, hey, I have an issue, let me just ask it real quick for a solution. Is that a concern for you guys at all?
Yeah, it's concern for me because of the people who run these AI chatbots they're called AI language models. Because they're so politically progressive, they'll say things that are insane, and it's just like you watch you know that show The Last of Us. Anybody, you guys watch it? If you watch the first video game, second video game is unbelievably woke. Like basically, the main 3 characters in the second video game are a trans boy, a lesbian girl, and a butch boy, and they kill the main like a heterosexual male character at the beginning of the second video game.
Damn.
And when they do so, it's like complete total pandering. Like it's not a creative choice. And the game sold about like 1/4 as many. The second game sold about as many a quarter as the first game. The answer is obvious. If you read the reviews, the first game got a 10, the second one got a 5.5. Everyone said the same thing. And you ask ChatGPT, it's like, is it possible that the incredible level of wokeness is the reason why the game sold fewer? And it can't answer that honestly. It can't answer honest questions about things like this that are obvious. It can't do that. And so that's the play. You can't take it into the deep water when it goes into stuff like that. But for any kind of reasoning, mathematics, any sort of geometry, astronomy, anything like that, or any kind of like the computational stuff, incredible, absolutely, just indispensable. For writing, copywriting in general, it's good, but you're going to have to take out some of the wokeness out of the way that it, and I say wokeness, I mean political correctness. Like there's certain things that it just won't let you do. And so you have to edit that. But I do think the thing that we all need to be not afraid of, but here's what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah.
Right now, I can investigate you using some of these AI models, right? I can
Don't trust him.
Right? And if I do so, like background checks, whatever, if I do that, what happens is it's only going to look for public information. It's going to protect your privacy. It won't scrape your Instagram, for instance. It will maybe look at your Twitter. It'll look at Reddit for like updates on you. We're going to get to a point where like the guys in the chatter got this correct. Somebody's going to jailbreak one of these things, and it's going to start going past paywalls, and it's going to start going through paywalls and start doing tons of investigations on people. And when we get to that point, and it's going to be $20 a month, and literally you can find out anything about anybody. Okay, that's what I think is coming in the future. And then there's one other thing we have to think about. Our old passwords that are 8 digits long, that are just like basically our birthday and whatever the fuck. All those passwords are going, because of the computational power and the artificial intelligence that we have coming, all of those old passwords are going to get hacked.
Yeah.
You're going to have somebody on the dark web cracking through all of them, and then you're going to start, like what we see with the P. Diddy stuff right now, you're going to start to seeing every celebrity you've ever seen, every porn website they've ever been on, every time they sent like some DM to some other celebrity or some girl, all of it's going to come to light. I actually look... that's why I'm very open. Like, I'm not a perfect person. I've made mistakes. I'm open about it because I think every celebrity is about to, especially when we get into quantum computing. Holy shit, bro. We're going to start cracking every single code. And then when you see that, there's a website right now. I'm about to get in a lot of trouble for this. It's called Pimeyes. Have you heard of this?
Yes.
Pimeyes.
Actually, when I had the issue with the fucking Chinese escort bitch, whatever.
Yeah.
MLD recommended to me to use Pimeyes.
Yeah, I think I may have told MLD. I'm not sure, or MLD may have told me. But the thing is, it uses AI to go through and look for an image of that girl on every single adult website in the world, and it'll go through the fucking firewall. It'll go through the paywall and do so. And I've had several friends of mine be like, they'll tell me a story about a girl, and I'll reply to them, some clients, and I'll be like, that's clearly a prostitute. It's very easy for me to tell, and they don't believe me. And I have them use Pimeyes, and very quickly they determine this girl was on these sugar daddy sites like immediately and stuff like that. So the point is, everything is going to come to the light here because of the additional computational power. And the other thing with ChatGPT and all these other things is, you guys know coders. Coders were nerdy people. They were nerdy guys who stayed inside and just drank Red Bulls and they would code for hours. Now I can write a day, 2 days, 5 days worth of code in Python by just having a back and forth with ChatGPT.
Yeah.
It can write this code at like infinite speed. And so what's happened now is, what you're going to see is the complexity increase, and people who have lower IQs are going to be able to just do incredible computational work because the AI, what the AI model is, it is not just that it's using all the computational power in the world. It's that it's also using it in a very simple way. I can stutter. I can sit there, blah, 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 and I can sit there and ask
you.
Let's go.
If you listen to like Ty Lopez, good friend of mine, he will talk to ChatGPT and he'll ask a question, and the question is 4.5 minutes long. He's asked questions before that were 8 minutes long, and ChatGPT remembers the entire thing and gives you a detailed answer. And so Perplexity, these different ones. I like Perplexity better. It does real-time scraping of the internet, so I like it better, and it also gives you citations. But like when you use those models, just so you guys understand, it's one of these things where we can be afraid of it and we can be worried about it. But if you don't learn how to adopt it now, you are cooked. You are deep shit. If you're a setter, can you imagine what is the point of an accountant in 10 years? Seriously.
No,
What is the point of an accountant? Right now, you're already putting your stuff in QuickBooks, and it's able to tell you TurboTax what your expenses are. Now, I feel bad for people in that accounting is just brute mathematics. What's going to happen to them and like all these other platforms, DM setters? Sorry, like that's going to be a problem. Any kind of text messaging, mass texting, all that's going to be turned over to AI.
Clippers too. But you know what? I want to cover more dating.
Wait, hold on. The girls tuned out here. So
I was tuned. I was like, Python? Because I've tried to code myself with Python.
Yeah.
Python is very difficult. All of that,
if you would
SQL,
ask it right now, hey, can you write a code for me in Python to do XYZ? It'll do it in 30 seconds.
That's crazy.
All right, cool. Let's keep the. All right, my Fresh. Go ahead.
What did you say, Chris?
Go ahead, Fresh.
Yeah. So I want to cover more for dating aspects, right?
Okay.
So you mentioned before, all of your secrets will be exposed to the internet, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny, South Park did an episode like that a while back, exposing all your dirty secrets from your web browser, right? So when it comes to actual like dating, I got a video here, if you want to pull up, Chris, where this young lady took information from ChatGPT and asked about an ex-boyfriend. It pulled up his address, number, every single thing about him.
Yeah.
And what's scary is because, like, okay, I made a joke earlier about my experience where she said, hey, listen, is he a good guy, whatever. Obviously, that's funny and all, but what's scary is that, like, that's the new meta for finding out about somebody that you just met.
Yeah.
And let's say it's wrong. To me, like,
there's idiots out there who think I'm 5'6". I'm fully aware. I've seen, they're called hallucinations.
Yeah.
And that happens because when it scrapes the internet in real time, it'll get bad information as well.
So I want to know from the ladies here real quick. When you meet a guy for the first time, do you Google him or do you use ChatGPT at all? What do you do when you meet a guy for the first time? What do you do?
I go to Ben Verified.
Ben Verify.
Ben Verified.
Ben?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's like it pulls up people's information or like their record and stuff. Like it depends. Like some of them don't, so you have to go to another website.
Wow.
But I mean, either way, it's more about like knowing the person because sometimes.
What do you see? Do you see like a phone number, address, email,
yeah,
name?
A bunch of stuff.
Wow. So Ben Verified is the actual website.
There's more because sometimes they don't have all the information, but it's more about like just knowing who the person is, but it's better to ask them personally than to.
But is it your first response to look at them up online? First response?
No, that's not my first response. It's after a while, like if I feel some type of iffy feeling about it. Yeah.
What about you?
Walking by faith. Yeah.
Just by faith?
Yep. Like what? Anything you tell me.
So you don't check nothing? Instagram, nothing?
Do you check the Instagram?
I do try to scrape the Instagram, see if you have Instagram, see if you have Facebook, Twitter, and if I can't find you, then I kind of like raise an eyebrow.
Because I remember back in the day, I came to the space and I bought Instagram as a main dating tool.
Right.
If you're crazy, it's used for pictures and videos. But funny enough, now the biggest dating app is Instagram.
Yeah.
So it's changed and it's changing as we speak. What about you?
I honestly try to find their, like, if they were an athlete, to find out their, like, statistics and see how tall they are. And that's it.
I like it.
Yeah.
She belongs to the street.
Oh, yes, I do.
You know what's funny? I was at a basketball game recently, and I was with some girls, and they were on their phones, the ones that were next to the girl I was talking to, looking up player stats. And then the goal was to figure out who's the best stats, and they talked them after the game. It's crazy, bro. Predators. What about you?
Probably social media if we're on each other's social media, but I'll give it a chance. Like I won't really want to look them up right first thing.
But is it your first go-to?
No. Yeah. I mean, if we're friends on social media and we're gonna hang out, yeah, I'll scroll through. But if we're not, no, I'm just gonna.
Have you found anything bad about somebody online that kind of scared you off about a guy? One time.
I mean, I don't like if a guy has like a bunch of pictures with a bunch of girls like all over their Instagram and like they look like all they do is party and like they look like they don't have like goals in life. Like that's an immediate turn off. So I can usually tell that from their Instagram.
She's telling the truth.
Those are
I don't
called
drink or party,
promoters.
but I do have a lot of girls on my IG, and I'll let you know when it starts hurting me. I'll let you know. I'll be sure to send you guys an email.
Okay, lovely. What about you?
I would say after some time, like if the intent is to date and whatnot, we've had this type of conversation. I use Ben Verified as well. Sometimes I use Intellus.
What are these websites?
Well, sometimes you gotta just check if somebody, it's a dangerous world we're living in. Some people are predators. They harm children.
Yeah,
They,
true.
so
True.
like I'm just being honest. I gotta see these type of files. Do you have these things, or are you being honest? If you say you own a home, that will pop up if you are being honest about owning a home or not, or if you have any sort of criminal background. I think those things are very important.
It's funny if that series You on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's very telling. What about you? What do you do?
I look on Instagram to see what I'm working with, and that's about it. And then I just go from there in person. If it's going good, it's going good. If it's going bad, I leave.
So there's a video I have here from a TikTok. It should be the one with a red background, Bills. We'll watch it and see your reaction from this video. Should be, yeah, pink. A girl talking.
This nigga, bro.
Huh? What?
Never mind.
There we go.
This is really weird. So I wanted to know how many views I had on my TikTok account, like total. Couldn't find anywhere to like calculate it, so I asked ChatGPT. And then it said, oh, we can't do this either. I was like, okay, cool. So I was like, what information does ChatGPT know about me? So I put my TikTok account in and was like, what can you find out about this person? And it told me a lot of stuff about me. And I was like, ooh, my digital footprint is amazing. So then I put someone else's name in. I won't say who. It gave me their address. I had no idea where this person lived because they are long gone out my life. I was like, what's this person's address? It gave it me. What's this person doing? Told me everything they're doing. Like, what? This is kind of for the girls who like to stalk and to find out things. Yeah, just ask ChatGPT about whatever you want to find out about a certain person. And whatever they've put online, it will tell you. Whether you've blocked them, they've blocked you, it will tell you everything. Which is kind of scary. I'm scared. Yeah, so just be careful about the information that you're putting out on the internet.
Rollo, what do you think?
Well, it's, I mean, everything that is, I always talk about like digital footprints. Like we talk about this forever.
Yeah.
I think one of the reasons why a lot of women are really cautious about, like, say, their body counts and stuff like that is because, especially if you're doing OnlyFans or something, there's always going to be that digital footprint that's going to follow you for the rest of your life, right? That's the bad news. The good news is this: is that the internet never forgets, but people have very, very short attention spans. So for the most part, most guys don't even care about that kind of stuff. But if they do, it's all available and it's right there. It's what's the Jumbotron paradox? I'd never put anything out on there that you wouldn't want to see in the Jumbotron.
Yeah.
At the arena.
So, ladies, real quick, if someone looked up your name on ChatGPT or I guess any AI app, what would they find?
Oh shit!
We'll start right here.
Shit, I need to look myself up.
Yeah.
I didn't even know I could do this.
I mean, can you imagine if someone saw your OnlyFans and it was out there exposed? What will happen to you?
I don't give a hell. Go sub to my OnlyFans.
Oh, you don't care?
What do you mean?
Is there anything that people could find on the internet about you that you wouldn't want your parents to see?
There you go.
Or your future children to see.
She belongs to the streets.
Okay. Yeah, if we get into children, that would be very bad if I have a kid, and yeah, I can see where that's going
So
bad.
you say like 10 years from now, you got a 10-year-old son or something like that. Mom,
Nah,
what's this?
Yeah,
Some guy online just sent this to me and asked me if I knew what my mom was doing.
It's gonna happen.
Shit, then no kids for me. No kids.
I'm giving you a hypothetical.
Yeah, that will be bad. I don't know. Yeah, my OnlyFans is definitely gonna pop up. There's no hiding that.
We can go around the horn here, but I've got an opinion on this.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
A whole lot of guns. That can raise some red flags.
She's on a DHS watch list.
You know what?
A whole lot of guns.
Trump supporter.
There you go. Let's frame it from the point of view of finding a husband. How about that?
Yep.
Well, hopefully my husband is also into guns. I know I'm mostly dating men that are 2A positive.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be a problem. I don't usually date men that are not pro 2A.
Okay. Well, for you, you're cooked
No,
anyway,
man,
so
you're
it don't
cooked,
matter.
yeah.
What about you?
No, everything's pretty much private that I have on the internet.
It's private.
And I don't post anything that I wouldn't want my family to see or.
So then, why you're single at 34?
I
mean, she's pretty.
Damn, Chris.
But it's like something's up here. She's single at 34. Like something's up. You're
Okay,
pretty.
I mean, I've moved a
middle-aged.
lot, so that's like starting over. I have to meet people in new cities. I work a lot, and honestly,
what do you do for work again?
What?
What do you do for work?
Property management. So I do that, and then honestly, I spend a lot of time alone.
No, you don't. You spend
I
all time
do.
with all the niggas, man. You fuck. Come on, man. Like, if you really had a guy that you fuck with, you would move with him. He'd move with you and vice versa. But something's up here because property managing, you're moving around a lot. You're going ATL for 4 years. You fucking niggas over there.
I know. I've moved around for work. I mean, I've like dated, but I haven't had anyone that was like worth settling down for.
Well, I will say that career field is very time intensive because you got to be on properties back and forth. So possibly, maybe.
Yeah, Shay's back and forth, all right.
Maybe though. What about you?
I have a pretty hot digital footprint.
Yeah, there's no escape for you.
But I don't care.
Lena the plug and Adam 22.
Honestly,
Mommy, what's this?
Do you want to get married one day?
I do. I would get married
Don't
and have
do it.
kids
No,
tomorrow. And
don't-
yes, I will.
don't-
Don't tell
don't
me what
do
to
it.
fucking
Don't.
do.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
Chris.
She's stepping on me.
Yeah, Chris.
Hey,
yeah.
hey, listen. You don't want to go to me. I will bother you.
Don't
all
worry.
right?
No, I
won't
love
bother you.
No, we're cool. I love you.
So don't you ever do that again, okay?
Oh, I apologize. I'm sorry, sir.
All right, you're welcome. All right, you only get one chance, one warning. Because if you go there one-on-one with me, hey,
No.
Chris.
No, honestly, I love you.
All right, cool.
That wasn't towards you. That was just in general.
Yeah, I sort of snapped. You went bipolar there.
I am.
All right. With
sorry.
someone semen in your brain.
Back to the question.
Yeah.
What was your question?
So again, you want to get married one day?
Of course, I'd get married and have kids tomorrow.
So let's say he saw your digital footprint.
He will. He will see it. I'm well aware of that.
And you think he's gonna say yes?
Have you already had this conversation in your head?
I have had this. This happens all the time in my life. I probably have a harder time than anyone to date, but I'm very confident in myself, and I believe in the law of attraction. And I'm very confident. I don't do this job because I'm insecure. I will. You got to be pretty confident to spread your ass on the internet and let everyone see your asshole.
So gotta be something.
Can I ask a question? Would you marry somebody that's in the industry? Because sex workers get married all the time.
Of course, of course.
A lot of them actually married and have children.
I wouldn't discriminate against someone because I wouldn't want the
Okay,
same.
so you have a niche, you have a field where you can find a partner.
But I will. But also, what I was saying was, I believe in the law of attraction. I believe that one day I will find someone that is as confident and as we have the same sexual interests, and that'll be perfect. It'll be harder to find, but I will find it.
Okay, so you do
Never
understand.
tell me the odds.
You do understand it would be harder to find, and
Yeah.
because that you'd also have to be attracted to him.
Of course.
So he'd be an attractive man that other women would also find attractive.
Of course. Well, I don't want to date. So when I walk into a room with a man, I hope everyone's
Cool.
looking
So
at him.
everyone's looking at him, but so you understand he has options,
Of course.
and the options. One of the options might be to not date someone who's doing porn. You see how like that could be difficult.
Yeah, of
From a
course.
supply and demand curve issue, right?
Of course, but you know what? He can either not marry me or he'll end up just jerking off to me the rest of his life.
I'm just curious, like, would you be open to marrying someone who, is maybe closet homosexual or a cuck or something like that?
Well, obviously, I will have to marry a cuck.
Yeah. Okay. Because that's good. She's being honest. At least she understands. That
No, I'm
is-
well aware
that
of
is
that.
what you're going to get.
I need someone that is just gonna love, adore me, and just support me. And
And you don't think possibly you could get tired of that person? Because that's generally.
well, if he's a cuck, I could do whatever I want.
Yeah. But you don't,
Yo.
Facts.
She ain't lying though.
Yeah, she ain't lying.
for sure. Yeah. I mean, that's
There's a
refreshing
cover,
honesty.
There's a cover for every pot. It'll be harder to find, but honestly, I do not have trouble
Yeah,
getting men.
I disagree. I think there's a lot of. I think women don't have trouble. I think there's a lot of men who have trouble. Yeah,
That's a very
I'm
good
stealing
cover
that.
for every pot. I like
There
that
is.
one.
I like it too.
And honestly, I'm gonna have the best marriage ever.
That's it.
She's witty with it. Okay.
It'll be hard for my kids, but you know what? Mommy had to do something one day, and I know how I got here, and I know how my life went to maybe make these decisions, and I know I will be a better mother because I know what my child needs in her life or his life to maybe go a different path. And if she goes the same
So
path as me,
you-
I will just.
but your child should probably go a different path.
I would hope so, but
Yeah,
I
for
would.
sure.
I will, but I'm just I would. My point is, I would not abandon my kid, and
Oh,
I
of
would
course.
still love
Okay,
and adore
yeah.
them.
That makes
no
sense.
matter what.
Awesome.
That's noble. What about you?
I don't think my digital footprint is too bad. Of course, there are things out there that my traditional Haitian parents would not like.
You in the club twerking?
Huh?
In the club twerking?
Yeah, I mean, my profession, like I do tattoos. I'm I guess within the lifestyle, I guess. So
Yeah.
Vagabond.
and I will be that. Nuns from my old school, they would frown upon. Things I do on the
You
internet.
mean
but
you mean swinger lifestyle?
What
Or
you know
lifestyle
about the
you talking?
lifestyle?
I'll be a swinger, 100%.
Yeah,
Wait, I'm sorry. Somebody questioned me about the lifestyle.
I did.
What about it?
I said, what you know about the lifestyle?
So, do you know something about the lifestyle?
She does.
Possibly.
I'm a unicorn.
Sorry,
You're a unicorn? Yeah.
She did it before.
Oh, she did the lifestyle before?
Yeah.
With an older white man.
Yeah.
It's like some women, ladies, these older white men, be careful what you get into. They have money, but they want you to do stuff.
With other
rich white men.
True, yeah.
That sounds amazing.
I've been there.
Yo.
I dabbled in Fendon a little bit.
Somebody
so.
get her, bro.
Fendon. You dabbled in Fendon.
Yeah.
Damn, you remember Fresh. You know me, Fresh.
Oh, we definitely need
Damn,
you
I'm so
on
mad.
the show.
My chances.
I didn't forget.
Damn. my
So
chances.
you're saying if you met a guy
At least don't show crush.
and he came across your stuff, he would marry you still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have anything too crazy, but
Well, you got a kid though.
yeah. And it'd be okay. There are worse things that could be out there.
Wait, what's good?
My asshole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? Everything's solo.
Okay.
I'm gonna let my water out.
What about you?
I wouldn't mind things being uncovered if people find something before they marry me, or if that's the subject. They will have to choose if they want to be with me or not. That's up to them.
So we mentioned private stuff, but what about public stuff? Instagram. If your Instagram was brought up right now, would a man want to wife you up, you think?
I don't know. Maybe not.
You know what? Let's play a game real quick. Chris, in the meantime, can you bring out their Instagrams? We'll do some chats in the meantime, and then come back to that.
Okay.
One at a time? Okay, cool. All right, so we'll do chats and then head into that. So let's do some, comfort zone. Listen, sweetheart, I usually don't do this, but tonight I'm calling you out. I can automatically look at you and tell that you've never coded before. Python, out of all the computer languages, is one of the easiest languages to learn. You are fake news.
Wrong. You are fake news.
Those tight-ass braids probably restricting the blood flow to your brain. That's why you probably think Python is hard. Python is basic English. If you know, you know. You want to respond to him?
Python is very hard. Excuse me. I would say SQL is pretty easy. But my thoughts on trying Python, it's pretty difficult.
Okay.
And those are rope twists. Not
Yeah,
braids.
rope twists.
Colonel,
Sorry.
Fresh, use AI to learn how to read.
Oh,
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know what? Colonels? I will. Thank you, bro. Quick slap. Yeah. Oh, shit. It's a throwback.
Damn, I have that picture.
Diddy party.
Hey.
Is this the white
Diddy party. Actually, funny story. So I got invited to the Diddy party
That
for
is
New
not
Year's,
the
right?
Diddy party.
This was like 3 years ago. And
That's not what it looks like.
as me academics, we pull up. With
That's
some
pretty
girls,
funny,
we pull
though.
up to the front of his gate, bro.
Yeah.
I kid you not. And we're like, okay, we're gonna go in, and then Aka's like, bro, man, who's in there? I'm like, I think there's some celebrities there. I call their names. He's like, I don't know, bro. I don't want to see these niggas or whatever. And I get a phone call.
Name my band.
But look up the draw. We didn't go inside. But dude, we almost went to the Diddy party. Almost. Crazy, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, nigga,
I'm into this weird thing called heterosexuality.
I'm hoping it makes a comeback.
I am too, bro.
I have
think
this
it
weird
will.
kink about fucking someone who's very attractive and female. Like, it's kind of weird.
But fun fact, I said this months ago, but Cassie actually was into that stuff herself.
Yeah.
Like she put on Diddy, like his actual burden of responsibility, but she was actually involved herself because she liked it.
Yeah.
You think she like getting urinated on and
Bro,
drinking urine and
she
all
liked
that
that
stuff?
Not-
Who
not
like it?
drinking,
Me.
but
Oh,
it's
okay.
called water
All right.
sports.
Because I know a girl that actually is friends with her from back in the day that was there, and she's like, she loved it. So I mean, it's pretty obvious, but whatever.
So some people are into it. Okay.
Yeah, again, it's the illegal part that we have a problem with,
Yeah.
right? Don't
Yeah.
do this to
That's the
minors.
funny shit.
That's funny.
Yo, what the heck?
That's what AI can do for you.
Yeah, that's on our chat Catholic Club, man.
W freak off.
Guys, by the way, 7K subs. Chris is gonna go to AA meeting, possibly here in the studio. I have my sweet therapy happening here as well, and then 10K mine goes to the hood to eat chicken and watermelon. There you go. It's gonna be hilarious, bro.
And we have nearly 20K watching right
I'll
now.
record the whole thing. All right, W chat, man. By the way, Myron's gonna be back for Friday's show. He's in NYC helping with the Diddy case. I'll give you updates on that. So Myron gets that. Go check it out.
He's testifying, right? He's actually
He's giving the actual statements from the courthouse.
Yeah.
After the session.
I thought it was working with the prosecutor.
Oh, nah. That would have been dope.
Yeah.
All right. Is that it for chats? Cool. All right, so let's play a game with the actual Instagrams. We'll start with her over here.
Oh shit! Why do I have to be the test like the first one up?
Because you're next to Fresh.
Do you feel like
Stupid.
What's gonna be next? The girl Chelsea next to you.
I'll go first if you're scared. I'll go first.
No, it's fine. You go in order.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I gotta be first.
All right. We got it? Awesome. All right, so you know what? I'll let Rollo and Sartine do the judging after as well. So this is Brianna's Instagram. Let's see what she's about. Okay, cars.
What, cars?
Yeah,
Wait,
there it is.
Yeah.
You have a Corvette?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I do.
I've seen you. Wait, hold on. Don't say the location.
No,
Oh, look, this is your building.
Stop!
Oh, shit.
No.
I've seen you before. It's in Broward.
I've seen you. I've been.
Yeah, I do a lot of drifting videos.
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I was like, who's this girl driving a Corvette? It was her.
God damn.
There you go.
Like American muscle.
Okay, so wifey or not? And then let's see it one more time. Chris?
Corvette, hell yeah.
I also had a GTR.
Huh?
And I had a Mark V Supra, all built.
Nice.
Now I have the C7.
Jeez.
Oh, no. Funny fact, I actually had these cars before I started OF. I just started OF
You're
3 months ago.
selling crack cocaine before this? Like, what's going on?
I actually...
Up in Liberty City, like moving
question.
weight?
How much you pay for the Corvette?
How much did I pay for the Corvette?
Yeah.
I think I got scammed. I paid like 65 for it. I don't think it's 65 for it.
What year?
Okay, question.
What year?
Did you go? Sorry, yeah. What year?
It's a 2015 with a
Okay,
Z51
65. Yeah, you
sport
bought it. Yeah, you got
package.
scammed.
Also, when you went, did you go by yourself?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went by myself.
That's why. Ladies, fun fact: if you go to a dealership by yourself as a girl, they're gonna fuck you up because you don't know what's happening. They're like, "Oh, you want a car?" They're gonna be like, "Gotcha, bitch!" And you're gonna get finessed.
Well,
So
I know that already. I just wanted the car. I don't care.
I know, but go with a guy, either uncle, brother, something, because they'll be taking more
I
seriously
ain't
at that
got
point.
no uncle or no brother.
Oh, we can tell, nigga. All right, so wifey or not?
I mean, I'm just going to say, someone is absolutely going to want to marry you. I just think that a lot of higher status men might think it is a red flag.
What, that I'm into cars?
No, it's not that you're into cars, that you're that public on social media.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, don't be sorry. Like, here's the thing, right? Okay, here's the problem. The problem isn't really Bonnie Blue or Lily Phillips. The problem is 1,000 men stood in line to fuck Bonnie Blue. That's the That means the desperation of men. So when we ask wifey material, I mean, not for me, no offense, but I have all of you. There are men who will marry you. Yeah. All of them, and they're just men you probably won't be attracted to. Does that make sense?
I like
Remember
the
what I said before about the invisible men? Those invisible men would marry you in 2 seconds because they're invisible for sure. And that's the thing. But the question is, are you going to be attracted to them? Because remember, that guy that you're attracted to, he has options.
I don't know. I'm kind of into the mid guys.
The mid guys.
I'm into mid guys too.
I don't like the cute guys.
I don't go for the captain of the football team.
Yeah,
I go for
Let's go.
who's
Wait.
first.
So
Right here. Okay, why are you single?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
The guy I was talking to cheated on me with 2 fat bitches.
Wait, was he mid?
Damn, what's wrong with fat bitches?
Oh, you're not fat.
I mean, shit.
Oh shit!
We just want to know for the fact.
I'm calling him out.
What's wrong with fat bitches?
Okay, so you're into mid guys, right?
I apologize. I am so sorry.
That is definitely cap.
Is she wifey or not? From her Instagram.
From the Instagram?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Why? I'm not wifey from right across the table?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm judging.
your
I'm judging.
footprint.
Like if I
okay.
never knew you before, if I just saw you
Yeah,
on Instagram, I
continue.
met you in the club and you follow me on Instagram.
I followed you on Instagram.
I wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. See, the thing is when it comes to like social media right now, I happen to know, and you as well as you do that. It's all curated, right?
Yeah.
So everything is like everything's shopped, everything's AI'd, everything's in Face app, it's in Body app, it's in all this other shit too. So you're trying to curate a certain image. Are you cool enough to hang out with, right? So wifey material, probably not, but like anything else, sure. But then again, it's like. What gets me is like for the guys who are going to be in the chat right here, they're going to be like, "Oh, she's not wifey material. She's recreational use only." Blah blah blah. The thing is like you guys are like so anti-marriage in the first place. Why the fuck would it make any difference? You know?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You know, and so like when people are like, if people say, "Oh, red flags," it's like, well, red flags are green flags if you're not looking to get married, right?
Yeah.
So. Wifey material, no, but you know, not somebody that I would not want to get to know at least. But the thing is, and I was going to point this out, and I know you're single, and I know, well, you're technically single too.
I'm always
but,
single.
the thing is like when you're doing OnlyFans and you're making a lot of money, I don't know how much. Well, you got enough to get a fucking Corvette for $65,000. So
I
know
had
you
these
got
cars
something.
before I had OF.
But you had even worse. The point I'm making is like the guys who are, like he was saying, the guys you're going to be attracted to are going to be they're not going to be able to buy you a $65,000 vehicle, right? They're not going to be able to buy. How much was that thing? $4,000 for that thing, or 400 bucks like that. Like,
apparently.
Okay, well maybe
He would have dated me though.
I'm sure he probably would.
Absolutely. So
They've got to be crypto millionaires.
This is the part that
Yeah.
pisses a lot of the guys off.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that these girls are going to get the man of their dreams, but the idea that no man is going to want them, you are out of your mind.
Yeah.
Dudes are so fucking desperate.
Thirsty.
I live in a city full of OF. So do you. I mean, full of these girls on OF, and the desperation that these men have. Yes, someone will marry Lily Phillips. Yes, he's probably a closet homosexual and a cuck, but someone will marry her, and that's the thing we have to
Have you
understand.
seen the guy who is like engaged to Annie Knight now?
No. Oh, wait, I think I did see something.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's a shtick, but
in?
it is like, holy shit. But what I was going to say is like, for the most part, have you ever seen the movie Pretty Woman with
Yes.
Richard Gere and what's her name?
Julia
Yeah,
Roberts.
Julia Roberts in there. It's to me right now, like young women who are OnlyFans models, they're playing the Julia Roberts role right now, and the only person who could lift them out of the lifestyle is a guy who's like this multi-million-dollar, industrialist who can afford, expensive jewelry and everything like that. And he's just attractive enough that she would consider, having some sort of life, like a regular, normal life with the guy. But the problem is, I don't know how much money you make or what your ranking is on OnlyFans, but a lot of women think that they're going to meet the guy of their dreams. He's going to be like Richard Gere, and he's going to pull them out of the lifestyle. And
Yeah.
it's like, you're never going to do porn anymore. You're not going to do OnlyFans anymore because you don't need to, because you married this, multi-million-dollar rich industrialist guy. And, it's like your retirement, your retirement plan is finding a suitcase full of money on the side of the road somewhere.
Yeah.
And it just shows a lack of foresight when it comes down to it. That's why. So when it's kind of a moot point to be asking, well, is she wifey material? Unless I can be the guy that can afford a $65,000 vehicle and lift her out of that lifestyle. She's not going to quit OnlyFans for me. She's not going to quit porn for me unless I am like so incredibly paid that she'll go, well, you know what? I don't have to worry about it
that is
anymore.
another option.
That's just,
She could share a
why
man.
why would she? And I don't blame, like, this is just logistics. This is just being pragmatic. Why would women who are making that kind of money on OnlyFans and selling their ass and doing whatever the limited or the maximal thing that you're doing is, why would those, even, what do you do? Property management. I don't know how much you make at that, but it's probably a good chunk of change, and probably more than most of the guys that you would consider being a husband, right? Or having somebody as to go off and have babies with and have like a normal lifestyle with. And honestly, I think that's probably one of the reasons why you're having I'd rather stay at home. Why? Because it makes better sense to sit here and make money and provide for myself and do all of these things, whether it's through OnlyFans or as a property manager, than it would be to deal with a broke ass motherfucker.
Facts. I mean, what did you get into it for? For the money, and shouldn't you be dating within your own bracket? So why would I?
But see, that's the thing is, like, I think, and I brought this up on our show a few times, whenever I'm talking to women and they're like, I want a guy who's like emotionally available, and I want him to be a sweet guy, and I want to fall in love with him, and it's this very emotional thing, but he also has to be on Forbes, 500 list, and he's got to make a shit ton of money so that we can both make money together and build an economic empire together. And really what they're talking about is two different dudes. They're talking about the guy who's like, emotionally available, that she can fall in love with and she can have like crazy good sex with, but then she's also has to have the guy that is so paid that he's like Richard Gere in Pretty Woman. Like, he has to be able to lift her out of her, to not worry about money that she doesn't have to worry about anyways, because she's already making a shit ton of money.
Would you share a really rich man?
I'm very clingy.
Yeah, so you'd have a hard time sharing a really rich man. Because if you said that, then maybe I could see that then you might get the guy that you're attracted to if you're willing to share him. Because that's essentially what.
I can't share.
I mean, she claims on those dicks.
Huh?
What? What did I claim?
On dicks.
On what did he say?
He said,
Hey, do you?
On penis.
Trust me, I don't know what he's saying either.
Do you film with dudes on your OF?
The guy I was talking to.
Okay.
Only one. Oh shit!
Okay, so that's obviously like a pretty significant thing, right? You know, someone's trying to date you, and you have videos of you. You're actively selling videos of you having sex with someone else.
I just started it, so yeah, I have one tape up with one dude that I was talking to. So
okay.
yeah, but I haven't went around. Like, I'm not just going with dudes doing that.
You know what's crazy about your profile for Instagram? So I'm in a car roller, right? We do car events, car meets, and a girl has a car like that. We consider her like a pass around. No, because in the car world, it's like, okay, who's been with her? And it's like 4 guys, 5 guys. Like, okay, who's next? Pretty much. So when they see your car, it's like, oh, she's a car girl for the streets, automatically.
Yeah, they do say that. They do say car girls are for the streets.
Yeah, and bike girls too.
Yo, Fresh, who's taking her photos though?
Hey, who's taking your photos?
She's taking your photos.
She don't know you.
Yeah, what you mean, man? I take her pictures, man.
Nah, so it's a
I
guy.
take her
I
pictures. I
have
take
a
her pictures.
cameraman.
I'm sure he does other stuff too.
Me too, sometimes.
Okay, let's bring her Instagram real quick. But I get your point, Rollo.
Well, I mean, think about it this way: like how much, like for a guy, and I don't know how much money you make, okay, but let's just say, for sake of argument, for a guy to make the kind of money that an average, earning, OnlyFans girls make, like, what does a guy have to do to earn the same amount of money, right?
Yeah.
To be at least on an equitable level, right? And you think about, like, all she has to do is take off her clothes and show her asshole on OnlyFans, right? What does a guy have to do to earn the same kind of money that will get him a $65,000, Corvette, right? What does he have to do? He's got to have a podcast. He's got to have a book. He's got to have this. Like, what is it that guy has to do to grind that hard? To even just catch up to, all she has to do is just show up and take her.
I have a question, ladies. Yeah. So there's societies where women make almost as much as men. Scandinavian countries, like under 30, women are actually making more money than men. In those countries where women make more money than men, and hypothetical in any industry where women make more money than men, do the women then say, well, I have a lot of money, so I'm okay with dating a man who makes less money than me? What do you think?
Well, I can only speak for myself.
Yeah.
Within my career field, and I have other streams of income, I tend to actually make more than most of the men that I've dated.
Okay.
I've never had an issue with it because a man could. First of all, I just want to start off by saying this. I don't think the amount of money a person makes matters if the person is not financially literate. I have met men that made $100,000 a year and live paycheck to paycheck because they wanted to live like millionaires. So if a man is financially savvy and, depending where we live, I've been used to kind of dealing with men that made less than me, but they still took care of everything.
So the reason why I bring this up is because there was this narrative that goes along with the patriarchy narrative that the reason why women clung to men who made more money was because of a patriarchy, because for years women were just dependent on those men. And so when the experiment is run in places where women make more money than men, what should happen is women should be totally fine with men who make less than them. And the fucking opposite is true. In those countries, women still want men who make even more money than them, even when they made a ton of money. So the idea that women want men who make more money isn't cultural. It's not a patriarchy. It's fucking genetics. And that's people have a hard time dealing with that they're looking for men that are like that. So going back to what he said, what do I have to do to make enough money to have a $65,000 Corvette? No, I got to have 1.6 times as much money as her in order for the average woman to find that man attractive. And so that number of men that you can choose from becomes smaller and smaller. And like I said before, there's plenty of guys who will marry you. You guys just think they're invisible.
And just to address the chat here real quick, yes, I am fully fucking aware that, like, the average OnlyFans girl makes $120 a month, okay, because you're lazy asses. But the potential is there to make that kind of money. So it's like if you're good looking enough and you're persistent enough and you develop a following, and I realize it's also about tips and the subscriptions and everything else like that too, but the potential is there. The potential is that for a woman to earn that kind of, let's say, what does it take for a woman to earn $1 million a year, and what does it take for a guy to earn $1 million a year? If a woman wants to, She could start an OnlyFans. She can bust her ass. She can do whatever, her own kind of self-generated pornography. She can she can get up to there. And the level of effort that is necessary to do that for young women and the level of effort for men is like night and day. It's an order of magnitude greater.
Yeah. I would just argue real quick because I get your point of view as well, because let's say she does OnlyFans, right? I've seen girls, for example, have a page like that, which isn't that bad. OnlyFans is bad because obviously they're doing sex content. However, she can meet a guy that's very successful. He'll take care of her, fly her around, have some fun, but not wife her up. Then she meets a guy that's actually going to wife her up, and she'll have both of them.
And you meet girls like this, and they've been engaged 5, 6, 7 times, and they think it's a flex, not recognizing these men were just using them from short-term sexual access. Probably have multiple fake wedding rings. I've seen this happen.
Fake bracelets,
etc. And these women are like, oh my God, I've had all these billionaires propose marriage to me. It's like, no, they were trying to smash, and they didn't want you to fuck other dudes, so that's why they did it. And it just never occurs to them. It never occurs to them. Your sexual market value as a man is the most attractive women and the most women who want to have sex with you. Your sexual market value as a woman is the highest status man who will commit to you. There's a difference, and it is a biological double standard. And often what women will do is they'll use the metric that men use. If a lot of women want to have sex with you as a man, that's an accomplishment. Sorry, I know some people, tradcons, don't like that idea, but it is true. If a man has to put in so much work in order to have a lot of women want to have sex, unless he's outrageously good looking, generally that's what he has to do. For a woman, in order to get a man to commit to her, that is the accomplishment. Women getting sex, there is literally no thing on earth that requires less force than a woman getting sex. Literally falling down a set of stairs requires more force than a woman getting sex. Women getting sex is so easy, and so because of that, a man committing is the standard by which they look at it. And so what'll happen is they end up having non-committal sex with center fielder, power forward, rapper, etc., and they think, okay, that's my sexual market value. No, that's just your sexual market value for sex, which is worthless to women. But in order to get commitment, they keep getting fooled into thinking they're committed to these men who are actually just passing them around.
Did you want to do another Instagram?
I mean, we'll go through all of them just because for the chat. But I get your point of view as well. So we'll do you next.
Oh, look at Miss Badass over here.
Here we go. Chelsea.
That's me.
Instructor, pole acrobat.
I already know what y'all gonna say about the pole.
That's you.
She belongs to the streets.
What year was that?
Mommy, you were a freak back then.
I was not. This is my business.
What year was that?
Business.
What year was that?
I don't know. Maybe 2 years ago.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I used to be fine.
You're beautiful.
Okay.
I used to be fine, y'all.
So chat, would you guys wife her up? Start saying yes or no.
Oh my God! Don't play the video. Listen, most of my followers are women. I promote body positivity.
It's on your page. Play the video.
That's crazy. The chat saying for the streets.
She belongs to the streets.
But I'm not scantily clad. Like, I understand it can look bad, but this is my business, and I promote to women. I promote body positivity. I promote women.
I hope it's attached to a load-bearing stud on the top.
So I tell you yes or no. So Rollo made a great point before. It's like our friend James Sexton. Yeah. He's a divorce attorney who makes money from divorce, and he keeps coming up with the reasons, explaining to people why you shouldn't get married. And so what I'm starting to see is the men you guys are interested in, the more education they get and the more experiences they have, the less likely they want to get married.
Yes.
And so what you hear these women like on The View, they weaponize these words. Peter Pan syndrome. Peter Pan syndrome means man who doesn't want to mature. He doesn't want to grow up. No, what Peter Pan syndrome means when women are using it is there's a rich guy who doesn't want to marry me. Therefore, I need to make fun of him and call him Peter Pan instead of what the reality is, hey, wait a second. 56% divorce rate in this country. And 80% of divorces are initiated by
women.
So again, I'm immature and I have Peter Pan syndrome because I don't want you to take half. Like that's essentially what the point we've gotten to.
Shame.
And so the more men are becoming educated on this because of content creators like James Sexton, there's other divorce attorneys who did this well.
Yeah.
What's happened is now there's two sets of men. There's this bottom 80% of men that are just like happy that one woman wants to have sex with them, and this top 20% of men who have so many options they know better than to get married. And so that's where we are.
It's funny. So I have some friends that are very successful, a couple billionaires, and you know what they do? Sartain? They'll date girls here, of course, have fun, but they marry girls overseas. And come here
Interesting.
for vacation, do your thing, and then head back. So they kind of beat the system by doing that. Okay, what about her? You got her Instagram? Let's see what you got. Okay, Viva la Bonita. Okay.
Oh, I see why it's private.
Oh, it's private?
It was private.
It was.
Bunch of niggas.
She outside.
Okay, so Sartine, Rollo, would you?
Sure, all right.
Sure, right?
34?
Yeah.
Wait, who's Mo?
That's my nickname. Because my name is Monique. Yeah.
Oh, shit. I was going to say Mo? How you know Mo? Okay, so what we doing, Sartane? Wifey or not?
Listen, well, I mean, I'm going to go back to the same thing I said before. The very fact
Michael
that you're...
Sartain is not getting married.
Of course not. But this
the
is
fact that hold on, I'm going to say this: the fact that you're 34 and not obese, that is the minority. That's actually what a minority is now. Someone who isn't fat. Like it is 70% of people in the United States are overweight and 41% are obese.
Yeah,
that's where we are. Whenever you hear those stats about women don't want older men, it's like, yeah, they do want older men. It's just most older men are fat. If you guys want to see a crazy thing, I don't know if you guys can pull it up. Carol O'Connor, 1971. He stars in this show called All in the Family. You remember All in the Family?
Yeah.
Can you pull up a picture?
Wow.
Carol O'Connor in 1971. I want you. Is there any way we can pull up an image of him? I want to show this.
From
Carol
All in the
O'Connor
Family.
from All in the Family in 1971. Just pull up any image of Carol O'Connor.
All in the Family?
All in the Family.
Yeah, just pull up a picture. I want to show you guys something that's crazy. The reason why I bring this up specifically, that's Carol O'Connor. Just look at him right there, that butt picture of him in the purple, like down in the middle here, down bottom middle here. Look at this. That's Carol O'Connor in 1971. He is younger in that photo than I am right now. That's right when he turned 47. I'm about to turn 48. That's what 47 used to look like. And now, but some guys can choose to take care of themselves. And when you do, now exactly. Now, so like
there's a meme going around right now, and they took the shot of the old guy who was from Jurassic Park, the guy who like started Jurassic Park. I forget the name of the actor or whatever. He was 50 years old in that thing, and he looks like he's like 70, right? And they said this is what a 50-year-old looked like in what 1994.
Yeah, the John Hammond character.
Yeah, John Hammond. And then they showed another picture, and I want to say it's Vince Castle or something like that, and he's like my age, he's like 57. This is a 50-year-old in 2025, right? And it's like it is night and day between the two of them. So and it's like the way we can preserve ourselves and the way we can like look better these days. All it takes is just the right amount of effort.
And fighting against obesity, like having some self-control. Like it is so we just cannot express how big that thing is. People are talking about sexless marriages. You want a great eating medication? Having a hot, skinny wife. That is a great way to get a
holistic method.
That is you want the actual holistic method. Get skinnier. Like that actually is the answer. And so I think a lot of people are having issues with that. And so when people are like, "Oh, I don't want to date older men in their 50s," when they think 50s, they're thinking fat. That's what they're thinking. And so just avoiding that alone, especially with the diet that we have and the incredible level of estrogens that are in our plastics, that are in our perfumes, that are in our that are in our fish products, that are in food, the incredible level of estrogens. It's literally called, by the way, we're not saying this is not a red pill comment. The feminization of men is happening all the time because of the chemicals. Here's the thing, guys. If I boil water, I can kill all the bacteria. But estrogen is not a bacteria. It's a molecule. It doesn't go, you can't boil estrogen out of the water. And so because of that, what you're seeing is more feminized men over periods of time, and feminization. When you see higher levels of estrogen in men and they eat a lot of calories, what happens? The fat, the testosterone aromatizes through fat and it becomes more estrogen. And that's when you see the guy at the end of the bar with the big old man boobs. That's where you see, because his body is producing nothing but estrogen.
And more to the point is like she's 34, correct? Yeah, at 34 and she looks like that.
Damn.
That says to me like she has, like that's a
good genes?
That's a personality statement, is what that is. Well, good genes, but it's also like I'm staying in shape because you're probably looking to find a guy, but I'm staying in shape, and this is a priority for me, especially in a nation like you said with 75% is overweight, and like something like 35% are morbidly obese right now. And if you can be 34 years old and you're still in fighting shape, that tells me about your personality at that point.
Do you work out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have
I
any children, can I ask?
No, I don't have children, but I think too, just to add to this, it's first there's like a level of self-respect with everything, and so I try to eat very like holistic. I'm big on like food is everything, and like literally what you put into your body is what makes you think a certain way, makes you obviously look a certain way. So even things like vaping and like obviously alcohol, there's so much to it. So I think it's all about just like literally what you put in your body is super important. It's a reflection of you, and like just having respect for yourself is, you can do that in several different ways.
So then why are you so single?
Because I'm single because I have high standards.
Oh yeah,
of course you do.
And because what we're talking about, money and women, this is very true. I mean, you know, I know that women can be open to dating men that make less money than them. I mean, I've done that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong about it, but I'm just saying that
it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. I mean, that's a reality. And so your women are limited. The amount of men that make whatever the bracket is that's above us, whatever.
6 figures.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe like more than, you know, like a good range in the 6-figure.
But what if a woman's making 6 figures and the man's making 80,000? There's not that much of a differential there.
To me, it is a difference because, I mean, we can try. I'm not saying I'm opposed to it.
Most women agree with her. Like if you were to survey the majority of women throughout any culture, they're going to agree with her. They want a man who makes more than them. And so that's where Richard Reeves wrote the best book about this, basically going over the fact that because the education system, bachelor degrees, back in 1974, it was women were, it's like 14% below men. So 86% of women to 100% of men. And now in 2019, we're in the opposite direction. Women are 15 percentage points more likely to get a bachelor's degree than men are, and
own a property.
So that's what's happening. And so because of that, you have these men, this great. That's who I mainly speak to. That's my audience. As I'm speaking to men who feel invisible. I'm speaking to men who the world has passed by, and we just keep forgetting that they exist. Women almost entirely forget they exist because when you ask them questions about men who are douchebags or men who are cheat, I remember I was on Saucecast one time and this one girl says, "I can't date in Miami because all these guys care about is their Bugatti," and I'm like, there probably aren't even 20 Bugattis in the fucking city. But in her mind, that's all she could see. Yeah. She literally didn't see other men, and not as non-viable objects or even unattractive. She just didn't see them at all. Yeah. And so like my whole thing is, what are ways for men who are invisible to be seen? Throughout history, we know from looking from X and Y chromosomes that 40% of men and 80% of women have reproduced. Women don't have to put in that much effort to find someone to reproduce with. Men literally had to go to war and kill people for the opportunity to get a chance to reproduce throughout history. 60% of men, that's like more than half of men who have ever lived died a virgin. That's how hard it is for men.
Also, I would argue as well, you said 80K to 100K, right? Let's say that. The fact that she knows that she makes more than him, in her head it's like, okay, I'm the boss. Automatically. No, obviously that's not every woman, but for the most part, she knows that she make more than him. It won't matter.
But I'm just saying, if you look at the stats though, like if the average man is only making let's say 50,000 a year, where are all these men that are like reproducing? It's a lot of men with no money that have a whole bunch of kids that are still reproducing.
Well, they have something else going for them.
Looks probably, but I think personally, if they will, I love that. Yeah, I disagree. I can say if a guy meets a woman's physical attraction to the T, I don't think it cares. It matters how much money he makes. Honestly,
I don't think. Okay, so I think that yes, that's a theory. Like that's what we want. That's how we want it to be. But I think ultimately, like you're saying, that for women it will matter. They'll feel a certain way. Men will feel a certain way too. Like men will feel like
both ways.
Not at they won't feel like the dominant partner. And I mean, and I don't know if that's just me being traditional, but like I do.
Is around $50,000 to $60,000.
Right. Yeah, so what all these men are procreating. They're having children. They're getting sex. They're getting women.
To be fair, they're not. They're actually not. Like, we're at the lowest birth rate and lowest marriage rate in recorded history. So I don't.
Also, keep in mind.
Getting sex.
Let's say they were having a lot of kids. That what you're saying, they don't stay together. It doesn't work out. So that's the problem too. There's a bunch of broken homes because men are not up to
again, ladies. Just consider this. If you do an internal survey of men you know, it's men you've had sex with. The thing about those men that's unique is that they're all having sex. Most men aren't having any, or they're having very little. It's something like a quarter, the bottom quarter to the bottom third of men have had 0 sexual partners in the last 2-3 years. Maybe like 1. Maybe they paid a prostitute in Colombia or something. Yeah. But for the most part, it's the bottom third of men. And it's like I see you sitting there laughing at it, but like that's why $6.6 billion. That's how much money in revenue OnlyFans made 2 years ago. That's more than all 30 NBA salaries. All the salary cap for all 30 NBA teams. These women made $6.6 billion. And by the way, I'm not sitting here trying to trounce them for making money. When I'm asking the question one more time is, how in the fuck did 1,000 men line up to have sex with Bonnie Blue? That's the question you really have to ask yourself. Who was the guy number 700 who looked at number 699, who looked at number 701 and said, I'm going to sit here and wait to have sex with this mid-British chick? What is going on with you mentally for you to do that?
And
These aren't male porn stars. And here's the other crazy part. Those men who had sex with Bonnie Blue, she's probably most likely for 700 or 800 of them, the most attractive woman they will ever have sex with.
So, she's making their life so great.
Yeah.
She is the highlight of their life.
The point is, when we go back to this thing, you're
not lying.
Can I say one thing about the like what you're just saying, how men feel so lonely and stuff like that? The worse the economy gets and the worse men feel about themselves, the more girls on OnlyFans actually do better.
Yes,
because men
thank
rather
you. I
spend
mean, but like I can literally measure male loneliness through OnlyFans subscriptions. Let me say that again. I can literally measure male loneliness through OnlyFans subscriptions.
Also,
that's how you can do
just
it.
after your point, Sartain, imagine the customer base for those girls as well. Most of the guys are married.
Yeah, so it's some crazy number about like 61% of
married,
men
bro.
on OnlyFans are married.
You know what my hot take is on that?
What?
So apparently I'm not a good wife. I won't be a good potential wife to someone, but if more girls acted like porn stars, would we need porn stars? If more,
Which leads me to my next point.
That's what you're doing.
If more women fuck their husbands, they wouldn't have to go jerk off to me.
Agreed, but here's
good point.
Here's the next.
Women need to do their role.
Here's the next part. Ready? Yeah. The next part is the AI influencer. Right now, we can tell when we see the AI influencer. She doesn't quite look real, but she's really close.
7 fingers.
We're going to get to a point where the AI influencer is at least like a mid-tier influencer. Like she makes mid-tier money, and some of them probably make a lot of money. When we get to that point, every girl below the AI influencer on the money-making scale is out of a job. I would expect in the next 5 years to see strip clubs packed again, especially if Trump passed the law where they don't tax tips anymore. I would expect you're going to see what's going to happen is the girls at the top will still make money, but the AI influencer, now it's going back to men who can manage 1,000 AI influencer accounts on OnlyFans, and it's the people answering messages from you, and what happens is the real women are going to get pushed out of the market. That's what I expect to see in the future. And so the AI influencer is going to destroy the economic ability of the porn
So you
star.
think
So basically, everyone's gonna act like a whore.
Well, no, they're not people.
So a man will jerk off to
not
something
real.
he knows is not real.
Well,
this is not a
Well, no,
real
that's
person.
Well, the point is, they may not even know that it's not real.
Yeah.
It's so
true,
realistic.
true.
It's like, wow,
Okay,
it's
yeah.
getting
It's getting so realistic they won't know.
It's like Westworld. If you don't know the difference, does it really
But
matter?
as soon as we get to the point where it's a little bit better and I can make infinite profiles, and here's the really crazy part. If I have girl A and I make an AI influencer of her, I have to pay her royalties. If I have girl B and I make an AI influencer, I have to pay her royalties. If I make an amalgamation of the two, I don't have to pay either one of them royalties.
It's smarter business. Wow.
Yeah, I don't have to pay either one of them, and I can make infinite versions of those girls
and make
and make insane levels of money to the point where, like, literally from a labor perspective, real life flesh and blood OF models cannot compete with AI influencers. And I know we're not there yet, but we're going to get there. And when that happens, you're going to see Twin Peaks packed.
Sartain.
Yeah.
To your point, women are lazy naturally. So imagine an AI generated creator that's a woman. She can work nonstop.
Yeah,
you can't.
That's crazy.
Just saying.
Yeah.
I'm actually against that AI porn, honestly.
I'm sure you are.
It's gonna fuck your shit up. Yeah, of course you will be. Taking her money away, fuck your shit up. Yeah.
You know, I think I should mention right now that Mike and I are featured in a new docu-series that's coming out, and it's called Lonely Fans. We both got interviewed for this thing, and the one thing is it was really kind of documenting the sexual marketplace or the sexual economy per how OnlyFans has influenced it right now. And the one thing that I really like about this series is that it goes into, like, we always call, the sexual marketplace. Well, the sexual marketplace is an economy, and it's subject to the same kind of economic forces, right? So if AI arrives on the scene and it's a like economy disruptor, then you're going to see that sort of move into other aspects. It's not just guys jerking off on OnlyFans. It's going to be like, how is this going to affect your ability to meet a woman and start a family and, you know, family formation after that too. So it's not just about the isolated area of okay, this is OnlyFans and guys are simping. We know that. We've been talking about that for 5 years now, right? Or if we talk about like alpha fucks and beta bucks, right? If women can take care of their own long-term security needs, like provisioning, protection, and parental investment, what's left? Well, the guy with the good dick. That's the only. That's
honestly.
the only guy
I will be happiest with that.
But
That's
how does that affect the sexual economy going forward? So you see all these trad cons come out and say, well, you know, we need to have more babies. We need to get the fertility rate up. We need to get going. It's like, no, you have to fuck your husband if you want that to happen. If you want to go back in time to this idyllic 1950s, socially enforced monogamy model, then you have to fuck your husband in order for that to happen. And that doesn't happen if the sexual economy is what it is right now.
So hold on, just to your point real quick, Rollo. So there's a metric that we don't count in the space, which is good sex. And it's funny because here in Miami, guys have money. They got bread. They got Bugattis. They got Ferraris. I do too.
Not all of them.
However, what they don't have usually is good sex game. So what happens is they'll be with the guy that has the money and the cars.
Oh my God. Yeah.
He'll pay for everything, but they come fuck me. And I'm like,
you got good dick fresh? Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm just saying as an example. But you mentioned
God wants you to have the baby.
but that right there, bro, we don't call it into as a factor because guys, you have money, but like you don't have a good dick game. It's like, bro, you kind of suck.
People don't talk about that enough.
They don't.
Because let's say like girls get mad at men if they don't like fill their emotional needs, and I think the equivalent to a woman's emotional needs is a man's what I'm saying? A man not getting laid.
Yeah. Sexual needs.
You know what I mean?
Just say it.
Yeah, exactly what I meant. So I think it's like if we all just were better at sex, and maybe we'd have a happier world.
So a quick story, right?
Am I wrong?
Actually, let's go to Rumble, Chris, if you don't mind, because I don't want this on YouTube real quick. Let's go to Rumble. It's actually a little bit dark. But in the meantime, oh, we gotta do it. Cool. All right, let's do it. Wait, today? Let's do it Friday. All right.